Mr. Adesh Jain, Chairman of I2P2M, is the founder of the World Project Management Forum and is Chairman of the Advisory Council of WPMF, which has members from 9 nations. An electrical engineer from the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and Masters of Engineering in Control System from Canada, Mr. Jain is often referred to as the Bhishma Pitama of project management that was declared in 2013 by the then Petroleum Minister, Dr. Veerappa Moily. In 2014, Shri Nitin Gadkari ji released his book, Assorted Thoughts on PM, and in 2010, the government of Turkey had released a special postal stamp in honor of Mr. Jain in recognition of his global contribution in project management. I request Mr. Jain to kindly give the theme address.
Theme address is Sustainable Future, Project Mindset at the Nexus of Change and Resilience. What is that future? Are we talking about global warming, COP functions, global community? What are we talking about? Those are the outcomes. What we talk about is the outcome. But what we require is a different global mindset, the way we think. Because unless we think rightly, we cannot have good outcomes. Focus is not on the outcome. So when we talk about sustainable future in WPMF, and I represent WPMF, World Forum Advisory Council, we talk about mindset. How to change the mindset, which is very, 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 very difficult. Your synapses, your connections are built. How do you change? How do you unlearn? How do you look at the larger picture? So that is the sustainable future is through project mindset. Thinking of future, world of change. The change is, intentional change is proactive. Intentional change. When we change when it is necessary, it's too late. And I give this example. We brought economic reforms when it was too late. No doubt about it. 1991 was too late. Our neighboring countries brought changes in 1975, 16 years advantage. So therefore, when I talk about change, and when we talk about change in WPMF, we talk about change as a proactive. When it is necessary to change, it's reactive. There's always a difference between proactive and reactive. And of course, resilience, bounce back, is always reactive, always reactive. Change is important. So that is how, with the help of the 32 global advisors and WPMF, we said that this time, this should be the theme. I just wanted to congratulate Dr. Somnath. He was not able to come on that time. He had very important engagement to get some honorary PhD from one of the IIT and all. Project of the Century award was given to Chandrayaan-3. And when I talked to his colleague, Dr. or Mr. A.S. Kiran Kumar, who came to our program in 2017, I phoned him. I said, this is what we want to do. And he suggested that century is not yet over. So I said, I have an idea. Can we say till 2023? And therefore we added this word till 2023. And I'm very, very happy to have that. And this was it, 14, 15 people came from ISRO. And this you can see, along with Ms. Nair, myself, to welcome all of them, and Mrs. Jain there on the right. This is the logo of the WPM. And very interesting. I'd like to take 1 minute here. We have redefined project management as the art and science of converting vision to realization. Art and science. Normally, below the iceberg, 80%. So it is a combination of that. Everything is a project. It's not hardcore project, which you see. A much broader definition of project management. It's called vision management. And we created this vision realization at the center, project creation at the top. If you rush in the project creation, you create havoc in project management. Japanese and Norways, including ISRO, I would say they are the example. When they plan something, they plan very well. Japanese are famous. Mr. Nair will know that. Spend a lot of time in planning. And Norway, in my opinion, I have been going there for 16 years. I would say they are even better than Japanese. All their projects are 70% under the budget. We should see what they do. I can share with you. And if this is done well, even more, then your delivery will have less hang-ups, less hurdles, and benefits realized to the stakeholders, ultimate beneficiaries. So they are all interconnected. We have advisory council of 9 nations: Japanese, Finland, Italy, Germany, USA, Brazil, Austria. And this is the council which meets through VC once in a year to draw the network. How do we do? How do we bring agile? How do we bring AI? How do we bring new technology in project management? Project management got to be more proactive in using the technology. Just to show you 1 minute, up to 2000 you can say fire, wheel, steam engine, electricity, computer, telecom. This is all up to this point today we are talking about. What we are going to see in next, forget about century, next 10 years, time horizon is so less. Asymptotic increase in disturbance, tsunami, turbulence, uncertainties, geopolitical, this, that, fighting, intellectual property right. It's going to be very difficult. To manage that, you need uncertainty. To manage this, you need a non-sequential mind. You need a non-linear mind. And therefore, we have to train mind to be non-linear. So this is going to be very challenging for the human beings to adjust to this exponential change. Now, rate of change. Time is at the base. Everything is with reference to the base, which is time. dt, time, everything. Speed, velocity, acceleration. Time is the most important resource in the universe. Everything depends on it. So therefore, in the early time, projecting the future was easy because the rate of change was less. Green means certainties. Red means uncertainties. Yellow means partly uncertain. Difficult because the green portion was coming down. Red portion was increasing. And today, unknown. We cannot project the future. Whatever we project go wrong. So therefore, this is the reality, moving from linearity to non-linearity. Simple equations to complex equations. Technological or the human, age disruption or evolution. Human age, technological or human age, disruption or evolution, digital or analogous. All will not work or shall not work ever. What will work is and. We have to live with technology, with human age. We have to live with the disruption, with the evolutionary age. We have to be analogous along with digital. Digital will definitely take a lot of beating on us. Our mind is analogous. The world is getting digital. We got to match, synchronize, tuning, resonant frequency. Sustainable future, changing the mindset, redefining DNA for the future workplace culture. The symbiosis, cybernetics, Norbert Wiener's MIT. I was privileged to have my professor when I was doing my master's in control system, I did my thesis under him. It was from MIT. So cybernetics started with Norbert Wiener in MIT. The symbiosis, the connection between the two is going to be one side robotics, the machine, very intelligent machines, more intelligent. Dr. Somnath has given many lectures on that. Maybe he can touch upon a little bit. And the other side is emotions. We are emotions and combination, spiritualism, emotions. In digital century, two most vital things which will count are algorithms and project management. That means vision management. Emerging 21st century, I'm just showing you a piston automobile industry, saying a piston reaction. High time compression. Time is getting compressed and compressed and compressed in a symbolic way. Breakthrough in technology, creating an unbounded space with uncertainties. The moment you go to unbounded space, creates uncertainties. From the plane of bounded space, production, manufacturing, certainty, and certainties. Bounded space uncertainties is driven by efficiency. And robots will take over there. And unbounded space, and this would our vision, imagination. This is a slide which I have very favorite of mine. Just look at this very simple 38 seconds. No, I got back. I'm just going to play here. Time is getting compressed. And it's getting compressed means you have to be ahead of time. Where is the question of delaying projects? Unless technological and scientific inputs are more required to do so, we can be delayed in research. There is no time-bound things on research. But in our normal business projects, control will be faster, project control, project delivery before time, and stakeholder communication is faster. Time compression requires what? Competency and passion. Competency is the key. Competency is the key in the future. And for competency, you have to unlearn the competency of the past. Competencies are changing drastically. And then you see the second part. Second part is lexical attitude. Slowly, wait, why not? Time expansion. Time expansion will create what? This is the competency built up is the master key to compress time for faster deliveries. Time compression is based on as soon as possible, ASAP. For ASAP, you need energy because you have to get up, you have to do something. With speed and without compromising quality. This is the mantra of the 21st century. Whereas time expansion is based on as late as possible, ALAP, which slows down the speed. Procrastination, kal kar lenge, ho jayega. Who cares about it? Time is not going to spare you. And more you delay, more uncertainties will come. Look at the curve. Time and expansion changes. The delay you make, new uncertainties which you have not forecasted in your planning will emerge. Therefore, you are in the bad shape. So this is the mantra. And that cannot be changed. This is the fact of life. Never before so much tougher time ahead. Never. Our world is complex, non-linear, turbulent, and chaotic. Today's challenge lies in compressing time and to manage its reaction. Reaction management is important. Don't compress time if we cannot manage reaction. It's better not to compress time than to have reaction which is bad. Project mindset moving forward, if things are unusual, which is the case today, as usual approach will not work. Sustainable future implies exploiting infinite opportunities using infinite data storage, almost free today data storage, and infinite computational power. That is sustainable future which we have to penetrate. Obsolete mental mass slows down the speed of comprehending new opportunities and lagging behind time. The lot of things which we have got, 5 to 6% utilization of our brain, mind connection, 100 billion neurons. This is going to be, we have to unlearn a lot. Unlearn, recycle, and delete the recycle bin. That is the challenge. That is what we have to do. Therefore, you create space to have new things. And the last one, we live in the unbounded uncertainties, reflecting the world of change. From bounded certainties in the world of efficiency. From my presentation in NASA, that was very good in personal life, conference in Texas in February 2010. The title was Breaking Boundaries, the Key to Innovation. Introducing the simple concept of why and why not, X and X naught. Me and outside me is universe. X plus X bar is 1. Y and Y naught is Y plus ring. I call it Y plus ring. I'm just going to show you this 26 seconds small thing. Here it is. Y plus ring is 80%. And as usual is only 1. Look at the change which is happening. It's going to be time, is going to be minimum y plus 5% or so, as usual. Now look at this, as usual is coming down with the science and technology. Nothing is as usual. And unusual things, which is why and why not. Why not we do this? Why am I doing this? So this ratio is going to be 1 as usual and 4 unusual. Just a forecast. This I made it in 2035, I don't have idea, I'm not a forecast, just some number. I'm not sure it is going, maybe it's before. So this is where we are going to just leave that. Now NASA, just to give an example, in 2011, curiosity is the base of why not and why, curiosity. The name of the rover, NASA rover, in Mars rover, was Curiosity. Curiosity. Unless we are curious like child, we cannot be why and why not. And therefore, as usual, will continue. And that will destroy us in the unusual world. Earlier in the evolution of human race, brain adopted to ensure physical survival. Slowly, slowly. What we are doing, how we are doing. Now it is a challenge to brain to ensure its own survival. Are we ready? 100 billion neurons in brain need to establish new connections, that is, synapses, to discover new ways to survive, as tomorrow's is not the extension of the past. It forces us to optimize the whole. Look at the whole. And whole itself varies depending upon what is your diameter. Whole is not constant except the universe. That is the whole. But we don't know the universe. Optimization of whole is different than optimization of parts. Never they will be the same strategy. That I did first thing in my own master's degree. Optimization studies are different. And therefore, before I say thank you, why and why not, I just want to mention my alumni from IISc. It's just a matter of difference of 20 years, sir. You're 20 years younger. 85, 92, he did masters and PhD in 2024. I say why and why not, he has inspired me personally and it will inspire you all. Why not I do my master's engineering after doing my BE 7 years later? Why not I do my PhD? When you could train 24 honorary PhD, everything, he has so many things. Why not I do? He did it this year, at that age. So why and why not? Recreation, curiosity, learning new things. Have confidence in learning new things. If you lack confidence, you shall never learn new things. You will blow the horn of the past achievements. They are not valid anymore. What we did in the past is zero meaning. What we are doing in the future is what we will be known for. And after that, thank you very much. Thank you.